Right. Okay. Sorry that I was waiting because it was muted and I was unable to unmute. So, I was trying my best to unmute it and send messages to Ms. Rishad also. Okay. Anyway, that I think this is our second class, and I ask you to get ready to tell about K-12 education. Did I? Didn't I?
You did,
Did I
ma'am.
ask you to tell about the K-12 education, to get ready to tell about the K-12 education?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. Is anybody ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's great. Udika.
Okay. K-12 education means the education system that undergoes from kindergarten to grade 12. This
Okay.
education system means usually, practiced in these countries, like these countries are USA, Canada, and India. And there are 3 levels in this K-12 education system. They are elementary level, means from kindergarten to grade 5. Next,
Okay.
middle school from junior high school to grade 6 to 8. Then high school, grade 9 to 12. And key advantages of this K-12 education are academic preparation for college and the workforce. Next, social and emotional development of the students. And these students are exposure to different cultures and perspectives. And the students get opportunities for physical activity and extracurricular activities, both. And this is a widely accepted system in some of the countries in the world.
Okay.
And the methods and techniques practiced here are here we can see a lot of student-teacher interaction. Teacher encourages question answer sessions. I mean, students can ask questions and give the answer from the teacher. And this education system is also called value-based education. Values are taught here. Then a teacher
As you think, what kind of values are taught here?
The values that the students need to need as a social being.
Respecting others.
Then this education system is also called optimum learning. What I meant by that is curriculum plus life skills. The teacher is teaching the curriculum, both the curriculum and the life skills that they need to practice in their lives. So this is not a conventional approach. Teacher encourages the child to learn. Not the teacher is always telling and teaching like this. So only the teacher encourages the child to learn. And she appreciates the assignments among the children. So the children themselves come up with the answers, themselves discuss and come up with the answers. Like that, then teacher act as a guide. And that's all. Thank you.
Okay, well done. That's great. Anybody who would like to add something to that? Akila, you don't have anything to tell about K-12 education?
Madam, I have already found that the same ideas. There's no any difference between Buddhika's one and me.
Okay, right. If there's any slight difference, if you have, you can check. Okay, right. Then we'll see.
Ma'am, I have some techniques that can use to improve K-12 learnings.
Okay, good. Tell.
Collaborative learnings, like students can now collaborate on projects and other important tasks that is assigned in classes online and make the most of their day outside the classroom.
Okay.
And as they work together and brainstorm ideas, their collaborative skills increase. That's the one point. Another one is social media in learning. Many I use social media platforms as a tool for communication to allow students to interact and participate actively.
Okay.
Sharing study materials, e-books, images and videos content among peers is now even easier. So it also an technique, as well as gamification, like
Gamification.
majority of learners identify the areas they need to work on
Learning through
easily.
games.
Yeah, and with exciting rewards, gamification makes learning and retaining knowledge a fun process for learners. This method has like a proven highly effective for fostering morals and encouragement among students. As well as I suppose interactivity in the classroom. That means using ebooks, educational institutions can easily make the course contents accessibility for all students, because there will never be a shortage of ebooks copies, unlike physical books in libraries. There will be no sufficient books for everyone. So it is ebooks are highly interactive, while allows the learners to continuously test themselves as they move forward with learning new topics.
Okay, that's great.
so-
Okay. What else? Are there any more to tell? That's all? Okay. Any
That's
other?
all.
Okay. Any other who would like to contribute? Okay, right. So then, as Buddhika told, this education system covers education from kindergarten to class 12. So if you remember the video we watched, the last video, Class of Rowdies, how did she change the rowdies into a good set of children? By letting them learn by themselves, right? So they learn, even they do on their own, and teacher is only a facilitator, right? So then it allows for a lot of student-teacher interaction. So their teacher is not the jug that fills the mugs. So teacher facilitates the students. There's a lot of interaction. They ask questions, teacher gives answer, right? There are a lot of group work, group activities. Teacher facilitates them, help them, support them, assist them. Teacher encourages question answer sessions and assignments to encourage learning among children. So then questions can be asked from the peers, questions can be asked from the teacher. Then they have assignments, home-based assignments, or else that they have assignments, the class assignments, right? So they have to get together and do collaboratively. Teacher encourages students to learn on his own by practically applying what they have learned in the classroom. So if you have learned about Plift classroom model, have you heard about it? Plift classroom. Has anybody heard about Plift classroom? No? So Plift classroom is, it is both, it's a hybrid, not hybrid actually, it is both face-to-face and online. So if the teacher wants to teach the students something, teacher asks the students to go through some online resources, not just you go through this, not that. Teacher gives the specific websites or articles or videos. So the students leisurely watch them, study them, take down notes and come prepared to the class to do activities. So when they come to the class, they have face-to-face interaction. So now they are well prepared at home, online, and when they come to face-to-face class, they do some activities, group work, they do collaborative activities. Right? So then that is called Plift classroom model. So the online part is at home, they get prepared and activities are done face-to-face in the classroom, right? Then teacher encourages students to learn on his own by practically applying what they have learned in the classroom. So they practically apply. Now here in creative education, unlike this by hearting and vomiting at the exams, they practically apply their knowledge. That's a practical like now here that in our country that a new education reforms are going to be introduced. I don't know when they will do that, but anyway, if they come, if the reforms are introduced, so that is based on regional wise. That means, as an example, if we consider about Kaluthara area, so in Kaluthara area there's a lot of toddy. Toddy means rock. So then they can base their education to improve the businesses or some products in the area. They can focus on that. So now here from toddy they can prepare vinegar, then jaggery. So there are so many things they can do with those products, and there's tourism in Kaluthara area, right? So then like that they focus their education for practically applying their knowledge to do investments or to work as entrepreneurs. So like that. So the students who learn here this teachers encourage the students what they have learned to practically apply in their day-to-day life. So teacher is a guide and a facilitator, not a trainer or not a lecturer who fill empty mugs with the filled jug. For every concept they learn, they are encouraged to add value to the concepts. So value-based education. So whatever they learn values. Now here that we lose values in the society. Respecting others even now. I don't know whether there are Christians or Muslims. There are Christians and Muslims here, but I have seen sometimes that now according to I'm a Buddhist, and according to our religion that when we travel in the bus, that we give the first seat to the priests, but now it has been changed. I have seen some people are seated in the front seats and the second seat has been given to the priests. So like that now values are deteriorated. People think they don't need a religion, and so then people do not respect their elders. So many elderly people are in elders' homes. They don't treat them well. And even that there are so many children are abused. They don't value the lives of children. So then everything is deteriorated day by day with this economic crisis. Even for a small amount of money, people kill. Sometimes I heard that for 100 rupees, since that a man has asked 100 rupees from a lady, since she has not given, she was killed. So like that, people have lost their values. Therefore, this is very, very important to add values to the concepts, what they learn, like honesty, respecting others, right? All these things. Right. The content and learning resources in K-12 system facilitate self-learning. So it's very, very important, self-learning, because rather than we teach something, you can learn on your own a lot of things. Now, I am teaching you all these things for 2 hours. But if you learn all these things, you can learn lots of things and gain a lot of knowledge. So it facilitates self-learning and development with little reliance on teachers. Now, we have a lot of knowledge everywhere. So you don't need a teacher actually. You can do your self-studies. Right? Then teachers enable the students to learn. Oh my goodness, what happened? Wait. Right. Teachers enable the students to learn on their own and to develop life skills, right? So life skills are very, very important now, because now people don't have life skills. Now most of the people, they by heart sit for the exams and okay. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Right. Then K12, the content and learning resources. Wait. Right. The content and learning resources in K12 system facilitate self-learning. So there are a lot of resources. If you go to internet and if you just type some keywords, you can find lots of knowledge, right? Endless. Then you can do self-learning and you don't need to rely on a teacher. So teachers enable the students to learn on their own and to develop life skills. That's the most important thing. Life skills are very, very important, and practical skills and learning abilities. So now here, present education, that is, they produce white collar jobs. මේසට ඉඳගෙන ලියන ඒව තමයි දැන් ළමයි products තමයි හදන්නේ. But we need people with life skills, practical skills, and we need to improve learning abilities of children. The aim of K12 education system is to develop students into self-reliable. That means we must rely on ourselves. Now, here I came to know that when people go to foreign countries, they don't employ people to do their work. Even if they want to fix now. Yesterday, I met one of my friends and her brother is in USA. So he's an engineer. Oh, he's bearing a very good post there. And she says, they don't hire people to get their work done. If they want to fix a pantry, so they bring all the things and they do on their own. And sometimes they have friends to support them. So they do their own work. දැන් මෙහි පොත් පාඩම් කරලා විභාග ලියලා විතරක් ගිය කෙනෙකුට ඔක් කරගන්න බෑ. අන්තිමට මිනිස්සු because they charge the high, their prices are very high. So then මොකවත් කරගන්න බැරුව තමයි ඉන්න වෙන්නේ හැමෝම. So therefore we have to improve our life skills, practical skills and learning abilities. So then we have to make children self-reliable. තමන්ට යමක් කරන්න පුළුවන් කියන විශ්වාසය තියෙන්න ඕනේ. And independent individuals. We should not depend on anybody. This education should prepare such kind of people. දැන් අපේ අධ්‍යාපනය අනුව අඩු ගානේ මේ බල්බ් එකක් අදාන්න අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න නෑනේ. පොතේ මොනවා හරි practical ඒවත් ඉගෙන ගන්නේ මේ theory. We don't even know if you consider about physics and chemistry, that all the theories are there. We write the practical in our books, but we don't do. So then we don't have any practical knowledge, right? So then the people we produce are useless, that they can just remember anything. They can write exams, then they can they get through the exam with flying colors, but they are not practical people. The system encourages optimum learning through various resources. Optimum learning. So optimum learning is not by hearting and vomiting. So it is learning means knowledge, skills, and attitudes all are developed. So that is why we call optimum learning. This optimum learning enables the student to develop other skills essential for life. So it teaches us life skills. Okay. So I will share this presentation today. This is a presentation I did the previous week, and this is the last part. I told you that after discussing K12 education, I will send you this. So I will send it to you today, and we'll go to the next topic. Can you all see the screen?
Yes, madam.
Oh. Okay, right. So now we are talking about some definitions of guidance, and I will assign you some work to compare and contrast guidance and counseling. So we already discussed about guidance in surface level. So we are going to discuss more deeply about guidance. So there are some definitions of guidance. Guidance provide assistance to someone who needs help. Whenever we need help, we need to get assistance of somebody. Maybe when we are taking a decision regarding a job or regarding a selection of course. So then we need guidance of someone. So even before you select a degree course, you ask from people. So how many credit values are there? What is the recognition, whether it is UGC approved, and so you get some guidance before you go for a course. Then guidance is provided all levels to human beings by one person or the other. So I told you, guidance is from what to what? What is that? If you remember, guidance is from womb to tomb. Womb means ඉපදිච්ච දවසේ ඉඳලා tomb මරණ මංචකේ වෙනකම් අපිට කාගේ හරි guidance ඕන. At several stages of our life. So then if there's a family problem, then, excuse me. If there's a family problem, that somebody will involve in solving the problem. Okay, so being the admin coordinator, I have to look into the matters of these people because I'm also inside and our students are inside. So then need to look into the matters of these students. Okay, right, sorry. Then, so if there's a problem in the family, right? There's a problem in the family that somebody should involve in solving the problem, or maybe an adult, some relatives, or else if we cannot get some advice from the relatives, we can go for the priest in the temple, or else we can go for some other respectable. That means now sometimes there are people that we respect, so we can go for some kind of people like principals, teachers, like that. Okay, now who else can give guidance? We discussed who are the people we can get guidance. Now apart from the family members, who else?
Teachers,
Teachers.
Friends.
Okay, friends. Friends means that reliable friends, right? Not everyone, right? Otherwise, they will put you into trouble. Right. Then, right. Okay. Then the priest in the temple. Sometimes that headman, game pradanya, right? Okay. So then, for what kind of things we need guidance? Right? For what kind of things you need guidance?
to solve a personal problem.
Yes, when you have a
that.
personal problem that you cannot solve by yourself.
Yeah.
You need to get guidance, right? Okay.
For educational purposes.
Yes, Puta, repeat it.
For
Yes.
educational purposes, ma'am.
Yes. So when we have some educational problems, so we need to get guidance of somebody, maybe a teacher, right? So sometimes we get guidance from some outside teachers, not the school teachers. Okay, what else?
Madam, then if some mental disorders also take some guidance from psychologists and psychiatrists also.
So that when it comes to the, yes, now it is counseling. Guidance is for something that we get for certain not very serious things. Guidance එකක් ගන්න කෙනෙක්ගේ මඟ පෙන්වීමක්. So that is we take guidance for something that we can use to solve the problem. සමහරට ready-made solution එකක් ඒගොල්ලොම දෙනවා. But in the case of depression, stress, psychological problems, we need the assistance of professional counselors. Professional counselors. නිකන් අයගෙන් guidance අරන් හරියන්නේ නැහැ ඒවට. Because that people have depression and other psychological problems means it's serious case. So in that case, so in such cases that we need special assistance. අපි සාමාන්‍ය කෙනකින් guidance අරන් හරියන්නේ නැහැ වගේ අවස්ථාවක. Depression, psychological problem, we have to go to relevant people. නැත්නම් ගොඩක් ප්‍රශ්න අවුල් කරගන්න නැතුව ඉක්මනට විසඳගන්න පුළුවන් අපිට. We go to a professional counselors, psychiatrist, යාදාල කෙනෙක් ගාවට ගියොත්. right? නැත්නම් බෙහෙත් බිල තමයි නවතින්න වෙන්නේ. right? so guidance අරන් ඉන්න හොඳ නැහැ වගේ වැඩවල. right? okay. So then guidance has emerged as a process as well as a concept. So some guidance we need, sometimes we need guidance of some people for a long period of time or for maybe for one or two things. Okay, educational guidance. Now why do we need educational guidance? When we have educational problems, right? So tell me some educational problems you have that you need to get guidance.
Getting low marks.
So what kind of educational problems you may have? What's that, Buddha?
In certain subjects, getting low marks.
Yes, when you get low marks. Okay, sometimes that, especially when you are selecting courses for A-levels, optional subjects. Now imagine you like to do art subjects, but your parents want you to do some science subjects. And now you are in a big trouble because you know that if you do science that you won't be able to overcome the thing. You know that you definitely will not get a good pass, but your parents want you to do some science subjects or math subjects, right? So in such cases, you can go to a teacher or a well-educated person who has a good knowledge about this to solve this problem and make your parents aware what to do, right? So like that, if you consider about educational guidance as a concept, guidance deals with maximum development of an individual, right? So even both guidance and counseling, the expectation is total development, maximum development of an individual. So that maximum development means the individual should be able to take their own decisions. තමන්ට තමන් තීරණ ගන්න පුළුවන් හැකියාව තමයි අපි කියන්නේ the total personality development here. So that is as a concept. Then as a process, guidance involves making an individual aware of his or her capabilities and skills. Right? So guidance involves making an individual aware of his or her capabilities and skills. සමහරවිට අපි දන්නේ නැහැ අන්තනම අපිට සමහර skills තියෙනවා. Now here if you consider about our students here, sometimes they after coming here only they know that they can dance and sing because everybody has to do that. හැමෝටම පුළුවන් හරි බෑ හරි dance කරන්න හැමෝටම සින්දු කියන්න වෙනවා. So they sometimes know that they can do this only when they come here. So like that we need guidance to make individual aware of his her capabilities. මට මෙන්න මේව පුළුවන්, මට මේ skills පුළුවන් කියලා දැනගන්න. Guidance helps an individual take the right decision in various aspects of life. That's very, very important. Sometimes we take wrong decisions and repent. So there are certain cases that we have to take correct, not certain cases. Every time we have to take correct decisions, right decisions. But sometimes if we take wrong decisions in our life, we have to repent forever throughout our life, right? So then guidance helps an individual to take the right decisions in various aspects of life in order to facilitate a balanced personality development of the individual. So we have to take right decisions everywhere in our life to have a balanced personality. Right. Then guidance is considered as an integral part of education. අධ්‍යාපනයේ අත්‍යවශ්‍යම දෙයක් තමයි guidance. So අපි teachers ලගෙන් ගන්න guidance එක. So they teach us means that we are getting a guidance from them. අපි මොනවද මේකෙන් කරන්න ඕනි? How to face a paper. So how can we manage time? Then how can we select questions? For all these things we get guidance. Guidance helps to achieve the goals of education that enable a person to realize his or her inner potentials. Potentials means the abilities. So it helps to achieve our goals in education. අපේ goals වලට ලංකාවෙන් උදව් කරන guidance. Right. So then main objective of educational guidance is education is the overall development of an individual. So even from guidance and counseling, we expect the overall development. What do you mean by overall development? Give your ideas. What do you mean by overall development? Whatever comes to your mind, you tell. What is overall development? Overall development of a person. Is it only the education of the person? Qualifications?
No, his attitude, skills.
Attitudes, skills,
Emotional development,
emotional
social development.
Yeah, emotional
Abilities.
development, social development. What else? Because there are some people, they are well educated, but they can't mingle with others, be with others, right? That sometimes you might have heard that university students, they sometimes commit suicide. They can't adjust to the environment situation. Sometimes they kill other people, others, because they can't adjust, they can't tolerate. So they are not balanced people. Though they are educated, though they have good education, though they are cream of the education, they don't have a balanced personality. That's why they commit suicide. That's why they are suffering from depression and stress. They can't bear up the things. So then education should make a well-balanced personality who can adjust to any situation, socially balanced, emotionally balanced, then social, emotional, physical, attitudinal. So everything, it creates a balanced person. Guidance. Guidance should be regarded as an integral part of education and not as a special psychological or social service, which is peripheral to educational purpose. So guidance is an integral part of education. අත්‍යවශ්‍යම කොටසක්, because we need guidance at any stage of our education. Right? And according to Arthur G. Jones, all guidance is education, but some aspects of education are not guidance. So they say, then we have guide. Not only when somebody gives guidance, we learn. Guidance education, but guidance is education, right? Their objectives are the same, that is development of the individual total personality development. But the methods in education, they are not similar when we get guidance for other things. Then according to National Vocational Guidance Association, guidance is the process of helping a person to develop and accept an integrated and adequate picture of himself. Guidance is a process, a kriyavaliya of helping a person to develop and accept an integrated and adequate picture of himself. එක තමන් ගැන අපිට අපේ guidance වලින් අපිට උදව් වෙනවා අපි ගැන picture එකක් ඇති කරන්න. What do you mean by self image? Tell me, what do you mean by adequate picture of himself or herself or all of in the world of work? Just clarify it. කියන්න බලන්න මොනවද කියලා. What's the picture of oneself? මට මං ගැන picture එක මොකක්ද? So what's the picture you have about yourself?
Who am I and what can I do and what can't I do? My abilities and disabilities, weaknesses, strengths.
Yeah, that's true. Yes. What are my strengths? What can I do? What are my weaknesses? What should I eradicate? What should I avoid? What should I improve? Right? So I should have a picture of myself. More sensitive. So I should not, it is not suitable at every stage. Sensitive women. So I am too much helping others. I'm helping others too much. So it's not good. So like that, I should know my wrong. That means my weaknesses and I have to overcome them. Right? So then sometimes when others hurt you, you get hurt without telling anything to others because of the feeling that they may get hurt. So you get hurt by not telling others, thinking that they get hurt. So like that, there are certain occasions that we have to avoid all these things. Right? So then guidance help us to accept, develop and accept and integrate an adequate picture of ourselves, our strengths, weaknesses, what we can do, what we can't do, what we have to eradicate or avoid, what we have to improve, right? And our role in the world of work. වැඩ ලෝකේ අපේ කාර්යභාරය එකත් අපිට ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන්. Guidance is a point of view on a group of services, a field of study, which we should be required to choose as one of this is something that a person has told. There are so many definitions. So in guidance, you can remember one good definition, right? So this is about another person has told about definition, guidance. Guidance is a means of helping individuals to understand and use wisely the educational, vocational, and personal opportunities they have or can develop, and as a form of systematic assistance whereby students are aided in achieving satisfactory adjustments to school and life. So these are definitions given by people. And the shortest definition is by Herbert Hawkins. What is that? Education is guidance. Guidance is education. That is what he has taught. Right. Then I will give you some names to find some definitions. If you cannot find, I will give them next day. Guidance is a helping service. It's a supporting service. We help somebody. Guidance encompasses problem solving and understanding one's abilities and environment so that this development can take place in tandem. Tandem can a group of two people or things that work together with the environment. So guidance encompasses problem solving. Problem solving would be understanding one's abilities. ඒකදී අපි අනිත් අයගේ හැකියාවන් තේරුම් ගන්න. එයාලගේ පරිසරය තේරුම් ගන්න. Then only we can help them to they help guide them for development. Okay. Guidance involves undertaking multifaceted activities to ensure that the development goal is achieved. So guidance is doing so many things to achieve our goals. Okay. Guidance seeks to create within the child the need and power to explore and understand him or herself so that he can't see this. Right. So that he or she is able to plan out his or her future growth and activities in a manner that offers maximum success and satisfaction. These are definitions given by people, right? So you have to find these definitions also. William Proctor, what he has told about guidance. Sometimes some of them have told about guidance, some of them have told about counseling. So next day you have to find some definitions given by these people. So Herbert Hawkins has told education is guidance, guidance is education. It's very, very short and sweet. Right, okay. Now, Right. Guidance is based on certain basic principles. මූලික මූලධර්ම ටිකක් තියෙනවා guidance වල. Right? So we discussed again and again repeatedly. Guidance aims at the holistic development of an individual. Again, total development of an individual. Guidance එකකින් කරන්නේ අපි එයාව සම්පූර්ණ total development එකක් කරන එක. So guidance aims at the total personal development of a person. The aim of guidance is not just achieving academic excellence. Again, academic excellence විතරක් නෙවෙයි අපි guidance වලින් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. It focuses on physical, social aspect of development. Right? If we consider about social aspect, taking right decisions, working with other people, respecting others, right? Adjusting to new situations, all these things. Guidance recognizes the individuality of every person. So individuality means that everyone is unique. Even if we consider about two identical twins, they are unique. ඒගොල්ලෝ එක වගේ නෑ. ඒ දෙන්න වෙනස්. So I can remember that there was a another ඔළුවෙන් සම්බන්ධලා හිටපු මේ නිවුණු දෙන්නෙක් හිටියා. So one wants to be a lawyer, another one wants to be something else. So anyway, that they had to undergo a surgery when they are adults. So both of them lost their lives. So anyway, these two, although they were joined from conjoined twins, although they were joined from head, even that they have different desires, right? So therefore, even we find identical twins, they are different. හැම කෙනාම unique. හැම කෙනෙක්ම තමන්ට ආවේනිකයි. Guidance emphasizes the fact that every person needs to be shown respect as the dignity of an individual is supreme. So now guidance considers the respect of people. හැම කෙනෙකුටම අභිමානයක් තියෙනවා. අපි හැම කෙනෙකුටම ගරු කරන්න ඕන. The dignity and respect for a person should not be affected by factors like age, gender, color, appearance, right? Clothes they wear. So even අපි කෙනෙකුගේ respect එක අපි නැති කරන්න ඕන. ඒ වගේ දේවල් නිසා. Guidance assists individual behavior process, right? So then guidance help for people to behave well. අපි සමහරවිට නරකට හැසිරෙන්න කියන ඔහොම හැසිරෙන්න එපා. So it's not nice to behave in a public place, right? So now these are the customs and traditions here. So don't behave like that. So we just guide them. Then now recently, yesterday, that when I was walking at Bambalapitiya, I saw two boys. They took out a Sprite bottle from a bag and they dropped it. Maybe that by mistake. It was on the road. Then I excused them and said, you have left your polythene bag on the road. So they smiled and they just picked it up. So like that, we help people to behave well. දැන් අපි ඒක දාලා ගියා නම් ඔක ගිහලා වාහනයක වදිනවා, අය සමහරවිට වින් ස්ක්‍රීන් එකක වදිනවා. So then it's a disturbance for people. So therefore, when you see something wrong, you have to talk. Right. So then guidance help people to gain better control in their life, and it helps for them to behave well. Guidance is based on cooperation, right? So as a helping service, guidance is based on cooperation. So people can get together and work, right? So the other thing is that now a person who is seeking help must be ready to cooperate with the one providing help. That means now if I want to get guidance, I must be willing to get the help of the other. අනිත් කෙනාගේ උදව් ගන්න මම කැමති වෙන්න ඕනේ. මම අකමැති නම් එතන guidance එකක් ගන්න බෑ. Right? So you have to show your willingness to get help from the other person. So it cannot be done by force. බලහත්කාරයෙන් කරන්න බෑ guidance වගේ එකක්. Right? Guidance cannot be forced upon an individual, and if guidance is forced upon someone, the person may not cooperate. So that we can't do it by force. අපිට බලහත්කාරයෙන් guidance දෙන්න බෑ. So it cannot be done by force. Guidance is a continuous and sequential process. A continuous process, එක දිගටම කරගෙන යන දෙයක්. Right? Right. So because what is the main goal of guidance? PI guidance in Kenukuda, what is the expectation?
Overall development of a
Overall development of the person. It's not only his education, but everything. It's knowledge, attitudes, skills, taking decisions, right? Behaving with other people, social balance, emotional balance, all these things. As a lifelong and continuous process, guidance begins at home. Do you agree with that? That guidance begins at home?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
Sounded
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you say so? The guidance begins at home. Who gives guidance at home?
Parents give
Parents.
the guidance.
Parents, siblings, relatives, adults, right? So they give you guidance. So it's a lifelong, continuous process. You need their guidance at every occasion. This is a guidance, right? So then we need guidance at school, when we are in the society. So we need guidance to get good values, attitudes, develop all these things as an individual, right? Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, right. So then there are people who guide an individual into imbibe the right values. Imbibe කියලා කියන්නේ නිකන් පොම්ප කරනවා වගේ. අපි හොඳ values ඉගෙන ගන්නවා සමහරගේ. We learn right values from some people and good attitudes to develop as individuals. Especially now those children who don't go to school, right? Now there's a difference between children, those who don't go to school and those who go to school. Even there are differences between people who don't go to Sunday schools and those who go to Sunday schools because they learn a lot of good things, right? So we learn right values, attitudes as individuals, right? Principles of guidance according to Crow and Crow. Crow and Crow is a person who has given definitions about guidance. So he says that it produces all-round development, total personality development. So we discussed about that. It's not only the bookish knowledge, it develops to the individual to adjust to the situation, take right decisions, tolerate others, respect others. So lots of things. Then principle of human uniqueness. We know that there are no two equal people. Even the identical twins, they are unique. They have different characteristics, they have different tastes, ideas, values, right? So then every individual is different. So guidance therefore meets individual development and helps the needs of individual in different manner. So guidance help them to develop these individuals and help their needs, help individual needs in different manners. Right, then principle of holistic development, we have discussed about it. Guidance is to total development of the personality, and it should consider every aspect of personality of an individual that affects his or her characteristics. Every individual has so many characteristics to develop, so it affects them. Principle of cooperation. So then I told you that nobody can give guidance forcefully. So they need the cooperation of each other. So if I want to get guidance, I must be cooperate with the person who gives guidance. So if the person is not cooperative, that we can't give guidance to that person. Right? Then principle of continuity. According to this principle, guidance must be provided to an individual who need help in all stages of life. Guidance can. So we need guidance throughout our life. So it is a continuous process. Right. Principle of extension. So according to this principle, guidance and counseling, is not limited to children. Because even adults, even parents, married couples, everybody needs guidance. Right. In fact, guidance must be provided to people of all ages, those who need. Even sometimes we need guidance, you need guidance, your parents need guidance. Right? So then, guidance must be provided to all people who can benefit from it directly or indirectly. So we need to give guidance those who need it. අනවශ්‍යයට දෙන්න හොඳ නැහැ guidance. අවශ්‍ය කෙනෙකුට එයාට ඒකෙන් ප්‍රයෝජනක් ගන්න guidance එකක් දෙන්න ඕනේ. Principle of elaboration. So when guidance is provided as an integral part of education, the curriculum and teaching techniques must be elaborated in such a manner that guidance can turn out to be an effective process, right? So now we told that guidance is an integral part in education. So now when we are doing the curriculum, we need to use certain techniques. Sometimes they are not suitable for certain children because now what are the learning styles of children? Tell me. There are different learning styles. What are they? Can you remember? There are auditory learners. Auditory learners means who like to listen and learn. There are visual learners who like to see and learn. ගුරුවරයව දැකලා, පින්තූර දැකලා, videos බලලා. So they learn by through visuals. There are kinesthetic learners. Kinesthetic means they want to do and learn. යමක් කරලා ඉගෙන ගන්න. So therefore, the techniques used in the curriculum should cater to all these kind of children. මේ හැමෝටම cater වෙන්න ඕනේ අපි use කරන techniques in order to make this effective. Principle of adjustment. Guidance must aim at helping an individual adjust to his or her physical, mental and social needs and environment. So it is a must. By giving guidance, we help the person to adjust to the situation. In a situation, you got to adjust in a right? Next one. Next one, principle of responsibility. According to this principle, guidance is the responsibility of qualified professionals who offer their service to help others. So, make an guidance the way counseling. Professional counseling. So guidance can be given by anybody who needs guidance, right? Principle of periodic appraisal. According to this principle, guidance programs must be appraised at periodic interval. The work guidance programs, they must be assessed and appraised from time to time so that they can be improved to be effective and work in proper manner. So if we have guidance and counseling unit in the school, the teacher must be given training from time to time, right? Then should incorporate with other counselors of other institutions, right? Right. So then guidance is considered important for the following reasons. Okay, read the reasons. Yes, these are easy. What are the reasons that we consider guidance is important? Just tell.
It promotes self-understanding and self-direction.
Yes, self-understanding. We learn about ourselves. As we discussed earlier, we learn our strengths, our weaknesses, what we have to avoid, what are the threats we have, what should we improve. Then we have a self-direction. What's the path we have to take? If we want to do this, what's the path? So what kind of education should we do? Right? So then what kind of course we have to follow, like that. Then next one.
It promotes optimal development of individual.
What do you mean by optimal development? We discussed about that.
Same thing, that
What is
maximum of
optimal
holistic
development?
development.
Yes,
Maximum
total
of
development.
holistic development.
Yes, that is everything. That is not only education, then social, emotional, what else? Social balance, emotional balance. What else? Knowledge, attitude, skills, taking correct decisions, adjusting to situations quickly, getting leadership.
Working with others.
Yes, working with others, respecting others, all these things. Then third one.
It helps an individual solve different problems.
Yes, it helps an individual to solve different problems, right? So then guidance helps to solve problems. Sometimes the person who gives guidance, he gives the solution, ready-made solution. But in counseling, it is not. In counseling, counselor guide the person to find solutions. But here we can get ready-made solutions from the guide. Then next one.
It helps in academic growth and development.
Yes, helps in academic growth and development. Guidance helps in academic growth and development because sometimes teacher herself is a guide. Next one. Yeah.
It helps in making vocational choices.
Right. Vocational choices means sometimes there are, now if we consider about our students, sometimes there are students who do not like this profession. They have come here because of the parents. They have forced them to come. So they don't like this profession. So then it's a trouble for them as well. Now they have lots of problems. So therefore, it helps academic growth and development. Academically, vocational choices. Job guidance අපේ qualifications anu අපේ choices anu our interest, according to our interest, that we can select the job. It promotes social as well as personal adjustment of an individual. So we improve as a social being, as well as personally we can adjust as an individual. Right. It promotes better family life. Sometimes when we have problems in the family, we go for other people to get guidance. We go to trustworthy people to get guidance. It promotes optimal use of resources. We learn to use resources in a very thriftful manner. It promotes national development. Any other thing you would like to add? Guidance is considered important for the following reasons. Okay. So give me some more ideas. Why is guidance important? Hey, guidance only again. Apart from these, if you have any other thing to add.
Madam, according to my point of view, I think if we need mental relaxation, then we need guidance.
Okay. If sometimes when we have a heavy workload, and sometimes we feel we can't do this, it's overloaded. then we need the guidance of somebody for relaxation. දැන් ඇතුළේ වැඩ කරලා දැන් පොඩ්ඩක් relax කරන්න අද ෆිල්ම් එකක් බලන්න. හෙට trip එකක් යන්න නැත්නම් ඔයාලට මොනවා වෙයිද දන්නේ නැහැ. So like that sometimes some people advise us. So we need guidance to relax ourselves, to balance our lives. What else? What other ideas you have regarding guidance? No ideas? Okay. In relation to education, guidance is viewed as අපි අධ්‍යාපනයේ පැත්තෙන් බැලුවොත් guidance කියන්නේ specialized service. විශේෂ service එකක් which help an individual to solve his problems by opting for the right solution for his problems. එයාට නිවැරදි මොනවාද විසඳුම් ගෙනත් දෙන service එකක් තමයි guidance කියලා කියන්නේ. A general service which is similar to education and the various educational processes. It's a general service, සාමාන්‍ය සේවයක් ඒක. Not a specialized service like counseling. A sub-process of education which focuses on developmental needs of the learners. Developmental needs වලට තමයි cater කරන්නේ. Guidance involves a difficult art of helping boys and girls to plan their future wisely and to live and work in the world. So guidance helps the younger generation to plan their future. දැන් අපි ගොඩක් දැනුවත් නේ පොඩි ළමයි දැන් අපි පොඩි කාලේ වගේ නෙවෙයි ගොඩක් දැනුවත් තමයි. And they know what to do after that, you know what courses they can follow. So when they follow that course, what kind of qualifications they can gain, then what kind of jobs they can apply for. So well known. So then guidance help these boys and girls to plan their future wisely and to live and work in the world. Right. Now, guidance has always been an integral part of education. However, over the last few years, the need for the guidance has increased. අපිට අවශ්‍යතාවය වැඩි වුණා guidance වල. What are the reasons? Tell. What are the reasons why that we need guidance?
The growth of technology has increased. So sometimes it can mislead the society. So at this point, we need guidance.
Okay. Right. Others?
Social changes increased.
What's that?
Social changes.
Yes, because there are some social changes. Therefore, we need guidance. Social changes. What else?
Because of economic problems.
Economic problems. War situations, and then violence. What else?
Pandemic situations like COVID-19.
Because of pandemic situations. Now tsunami. Right? Tsunami and this corona. Yes, because of pandemic situations. What else?
Due to some indisciplinary activities.
What do you mean by that? Just elaborate on that.
Due to sometimes this now currently the usage of drugs is more. So it can lead to some sexual abuse. So at this point, they need guidance.
Okay, yes, that's correct. Okay. Any other thing you want to add?
Family problem.
Oh, because of family problems, yeah. Right. The need for guidance has increased during the past few years due to advancement in technology, as you told, because of this advancement of technology. Now they have got used to games, right? So they surf internet. They are because of advancement in technology. Sometimes they are in distress situations. Social changes, globalization, need for outstanding leadership. Some leadership එක ගන්න ගිහිල්ලා මේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් කියලා තියෙනවා. Changes in morality and integrity, morals වල තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න නිසා. Lofty aspirations එක කියන්නේ වැඩකට නැති මේ අනාගත බලාපොරොත්තු උඩ ගහගෙන ඉන්නවා ඒව නිසා. Guidance need to be made available at the very basic and ground level in education institute. කියන්නේ guidance කියන එක බොහොම පල්ලෙහා මට්ටමේ ඉඳලා කෙරෙන්න Then the individual can adjust to his or her environment socially, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Social problems, physical problems, mental problems, emotional problems. Then individual can adjust to his environment. Socially, physically, mentally, emotionally adjust වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Right. There's a question. Okay. Can you see the question? Can you all see the question?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Hello? Okay, now you need to find solutions. I tried a lot for the exam. However, all my expectations shattered. I cannot sit the exam again. I have not repeated any of the exams up to now. I feel that all the targets in my life are failure. Right? The mother tells with you about such statements often uttered by her son even a month after the release of the GCA level results. In such a situation, what's the first thing you should do as a teacher? That teacher with Number 2, indicate the problem the student is faced with and give 2 reasons that have influenced it. එතකොට මේකට හේතුව මොකක්ද කියලා ඒකට indicate the problem. එයාට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ මොකක්ද? The reasons, 2 reasons. Number 3, state 3 suggestions for remedial program that can be implemented with parent-teacher participation in order to bring back the pupil to normal. Parent-teacher participation එක මගේ මෙයාපෝ යථා තත්ත්වයට පත් කරන්න මොකද කරන්න? Right? Okay. Now you have 5 minutes. Just think of and come out with the answers. I'll give you 5 minutes or 3 minutes. Just think of these 3 questions. When you're done, tell me. If you have found the answers, tell me. Everyone should try, not only one or two. Everyone should. Ready? Still thinking? Okay, give the answer for the first question. Give the answer for the first question. Now, this child says, now he has failed A-level exam. He thinks that, oh, the whole world is finished. in such a situation, what is the first thing you should do as a teacher? Imagine this has happened to you.
First, talking to the child in a friendly manner and understand what his current position is and the mindset of his mindset up.
Okay. If not, now imagine you won't meet him. What is your advice for the mother? So you have to be with the child all the time and show more love to this child, right? Rather than telling what you have done, so you have failed the exam. Without telling that, you have to be with the child and making his mind, right? So
Then, madam,
always
then
be with the child
then,
and show his more love and affection. As a Avada? Okay,
then
tell.
madam, I think then first thing is we can explain then life has up and downs. Then give some motivational thing, and then after ask him or her to be relaxed and encourage his or her talents. Then
That is the third one. That is third one. That is, you are talking about the third one. Now, the first and
first thing is, madam,
foremost thing we have to do.
Yeah.
Now, it's very difficult to make up his mind.
Yeah.
So we can just ask the parents to show more love and affection to the child, because now he is very difficult to make up the mind. Now he thinks that this is the end of the world. Is the end of the world, and so then it's very difficult for him to make up the mind. So then parents have to show more love towards him, because that sometimes they are worrying because they have spent the parents' money, and so he was unable to fulfill their wishes, so that may hurt them, right? Therefore it worries them a lot. Then parents should show a lot of love and affection and convince him it's okay, now you doesn't matter, this is one thing in your life, like that. Indicate the problem the student is faced with and give 2 reasons that have influenced it. What's the problem this child has?
The problem is he has
What's
not
child's problem?
scored well in the. He has not scored well in the exam.
It is not the basic problem. He's disappointed. Now, that is the root cause. He has not scored well, but now he's disappointed. He thinks that's the end of the world. He has no other options. He thinks admitting to the university is the only option. So he's disappointed. What are the reasons for his disappointment? Because he has never failed any exam. He has never failed any exam. Give me another reason why he is disappointed.
He tried a lot.
He has tried a lot. And he thinks this is the only option in life. Right? He is disappointed because one thing is he has never failed any exam. He has failed this. And he thinks that this is the only option in life. Right. Then third one, state 3 suggestions for remedial program that can be implemented with parent-teacher participation in order to bring back the pupil to normal, and point out how it can be implemented. Now give some suggestions for this child to bring him back to normal. One is that we can make him away from that environment. Take him for pleasure trips, meeting friends, relatives, change the environment. What else? That is one. Another one. Give another solution for him to do. one needs to change the environment. Parisara venas karna. Taking for trips, taking him for watching films, or associate a lot of people who can make up his mind.
Trying to
Suggest.
create a positive effect on in his mind.
Yeah, okay. Trying to create positive effect,
Create
give some hopes. What kind of hopes? Not only this, there are so many avenues, right? There are private universities, technical colleges. So you can, if you, though you cannot enter the university, there are so many other avenues you can have. You can go to private university and do a degree. If you want to get skilled skills, that you can go to a technical college, even German tech. And there are certain courses that don't need to spend a lot. What else? And if he wants, we can prepare a timetable and ask him to work according to this timetable and sit for the A-levels again. Right? We can prepare a timetable for him that is convenient to him and help him to sit for the A-level exam again. Any other suggestions?
Then, madam, then attractive educational methods can be given.
Yes, even that rather than doing this thing, we can send him for some other his interesting fields. If he likes computer side, we can send him through computer side. If he likes automobile, we can just ask him to follow that kind of course. So we can
Then
find his interest field and send him through that. And do
other
that.
thing
A
is,
professional,
madam,
they can follow professional courses.
other thing is exam preparation ideas can be given.
Yes, that's why I told you that we can prepare a timetable for him to study.
Yeah.
And to do past papers and prepare a timetable and study. Or else we can help him to do a vocational development course and go for a job. And we have to point out so many avenues that he has rather than doing A-levels and going to entering the university. Okay. Right. So you can answer this question as well. I will send two PowerPoint presentations, 1 and 2 today, to Mr. Richard. So he will send it to you. Okay. Answer this question. This one. Okay, we'll meet next day. Okay. Is there anything that you want to get clarified? Do you
No,
like the
ma'am.
way we did the lesson today, or anything you want to get clarified? No problems. Right. Okay.
I'm clear with today's lesson, ma'am.
Abute, yes, what is that?
I am clear with today's lesson, ma'am.
Okay, that's great. Okay. For
I'm
the
also
others?
clear with
Abute?
today's lesson. I'm also clear with today's lesson, madam.
Okay, right. That's great. So if you have anything, you can go through. I will send you the PowerPoint presentations. So you go through, and if you have any doubts, you can ask next week. Right. Okay. Then we'll meet again. Thank you for joining. Right. Have a nice good night for everybody.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night,
Thank you. Good night, ma'am.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay.